Thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation to ECOVAL. It is a pleasure to be here with you. I'm going to speak about Sogama, about what we've done in the last 30 years. As you may know, we are a limited company created in 1992, where 51% of the company belongs to the administration, the regional government. 49% becomes to a corporate partner, in this case Naturgy, and we manage urban waste from the time they're left in our transfer plants or in our environmental facilities. We currently treat the waste of 295 municipalities in Galicia, representing 94% of municipalities and a big part of our population. In the 90s, we had an environmental problem in Galicia. We had more than 300 municipal landfills that did not meet minimum safety and control conditions. The waste was burnt in the open air without any air control. That was a picture of landfills in the 90s and then the regenerated space currently. So there was a big environmental and health risk with those landfills burning waste in the open air. And that's where Sogama was born. The target was to solve the environmental deterioration of all those landfills and the illegal dumping places that we had at the end of the 90s. And we have three main features. We're global, comprehensive, and solidary. Global because we are designed to meet the needs of the whole region of Galicia. Comprehensive because we apply the 3 Rs, reduction, reusage, and recycling. And we are a fourth R to recover energy. And we're solidary because we apply the same rate to the city of Ourense, Fisterra, or Barco de Valdeorras. So how was Sogama born? Well, in 1995, the municipality of Vigo had a landfill which was about to collapse, and they requested the Xunta de Galicia, the regional government, to help them with their municipal waste. And that's why in the Ariosa landfill, they began treating waste from the municipality of Vigo. In 1995, a transfer plant was created in Guisar, Vigo. There was social opposition, but 30 years later, that transfer plant is still working with a direct train going every day from Vigo to Sogama and bringing all the waste generated in Vigo. In 1998, in Sogama, manually, the sorting plant for packaging was created, and in 2008, that became an automated plant. And in the year 2000, we opened the environmental complex. In the year 2000, about 71 municipalities used Sogama services. In 2001, there were already 172. In 2023, as I was saying, we have 295 municipalities adhered. Just to give you an idea of the volumes processed since 1995 until 2021, in our facilities, we have processed more than 19 tons of municipal waste, an amount equivalent to about 95 football stadiums. We had an audit, an ex-post European Commission audit, because our final investment since the 90s was 250 million, 72 of them came from European funds, and we had that ex-post European Commission audit that we passed positively. Mainly they said that we had complied with the environmental requirements due to the closure of landfills and the treatment of urban waste according to the current regulation, as well as economic requirements, because we generated wealth with about 50 direct and 15 indirect jobs, and also social benefits, because we improve the environmental education and training, as well as the quality of life of the population. In 2008, we had a capacity problem due to that number of municipalities. At the beginning, we had 71 municipalities, and at the end of 2020, At the end of 2020, as I was saying, we became 295 municipalities, so we had a capacity problem that we increased to 1 million tons. We should got 800,000, but we extended our capacity because we have 2 more systems. And if there are any problems, Sogama and the regional government will not have any problem to keep generating and treating the waste generated in the whole of Galicia. With the COVID pandemic, we had a specific commission by the regional government and the health service, and I'd like to thank the General Directorate and Sagrario for the agility with which they gave us all sorts of licenses to be able to treat health, non-dangerous waste. At Sogama, we need to create independent structure from the daily treatment of urban waste, and we were able in 2 years and in 3 rounds to treat more than 285,000 kilos of healthcare waste to help the regional government not to have problems like there were in other regions with healthcare waste management. Regarding our industrial infrastructure, we treat 3 types of waste. We have the yellow container for packaging, bricks and plastics, then the rest, or generic, the green container, and then the brown container. The municipalities, with the collection trucks, take that waste or transfer plants or to the complex. That's where we valorize the material. Wherever cannot be valorized materially, we valorize it energetically, and with that valorization, we generate about 12% of the energy consumption of Galician households. Whatever cannot be valorized materially or energetically, or energy-wise, is sent to the landfill. And in the Ariosa landfill, we're beginning to have a composting plant, which is already working with 6 municipalities, where we are producing high-quality compost, because these councils, these municipalities have their brown container closed, and they only have 3 or 4% of containers that are not theirs. So the containers that implement the 5th container, the municipalities that implement the 5th container, in my opinion, should do it with a key or some sort of lock, so that the quality is excellent, just like in these 6 cases we have at the composting plant of Ariosa. Regarding our infrastructures, we have 37 transfer plants to be able to serve the 295 municipalities. And as I was saying, we're building 3 composting plants, 1 per province, one in Lugo at the Servo industrial area, another one in Ourense in the Berín industrial area, and another one in Pontevedra in the Vilanova de Arousa industrial area that will be added to the one we have in Coruña at the Ariosa landfill. So we have those 4 composting plants. Servo and Verín will be operational in June, and Vilanova will hopefully be operational in September or October. To that we add that we have modified or built 6 new transfer plants. We have converted some microplants into transfer plants to give the organic matter a specific line. We have modified 7 further plants to add the specific equipment to serve the municipalities with the organic matter. Those are the 13 brown ones, and then we have 24 other transfer plants. So to sum up, we cannot have a distance for the yellow and brown container of more than 30 kilometers between a municipality and the transfer plants, and for organic matter, the distance cannot be higher than 50 kilometers to the composting plants or those 13 transfer plants from where we transfer the organic matter to the composting plants. Currently, about 57% of waste is currently transported by rail. We have 3 rail lines, one daily from Vigo, transporting waste from Vigo and the area, and then an alternative line that departs one day from Ourense and then another day from Lugo. In 1996, we transported by road 75%, and currently we're only transporting by road about 42%, and 57% of waste is currently transported by rail, which is a much more environmentally friendly means of transport. This is our environmental complex. We're in Cerceda with a surface of 65 hectares. The capacity is 1 million tonnes per year, as I was saying before. We have an installed power of 50 megawatts in a thermoelectric plant and 21 megawatts in a cogeneration plant. And as I was saying, we produce the 12% of energy consumed in Galician households. So with the waste we discard at home, after valorizing what we can actually produce materially energy. This is our new plant, the crown jewel. In 2019, we have invested 32 million euros in this extension, and at European level is one of the most efficient and innovative plants. It's got 5 lines of 40 tons per hour, and it's got 37 optics, 8 bag openers, 6 ballistic separators, 16 trommels, and 5 crushers. It's all automatic. We just have a quality control at the end to sort two problems, peat and PET, which have a high value for us, and ECOVAL pays more for them. And regarding the part we don't recycle, we have a fuel coming from waste, and that's how we produce our energy. I want to bring here the list of emissions because there are false data about us polluting too much, but energy valorization plants have a higher control in industrial plants. And for example, in the NOx, in nitrogen oxide, from our limit of 200, we are at 59.9, and in bioxides and furanes, of a limit of 0.1, we are at 0.034. With the new breath, the limits are going to be reduced, and we're perfectly complying with the new limits that are being set by Europe.
As we were saying, we have sufficient capacity to manage all of the waste that can be produced in Galicia. This was firmly done by investing in technology and Industry 4.0. And right now, this is the most modern and efficient installation that exists in Europe. 15% of the population in Cerceda works in Sogama. 1,000 people, 500 direct jobs and 500 indirect jobs, and it represents 15% of the population of Cerceda who work in Sogama. Right now, Cerceda has 5 to 6% rate of unemployment. This is what I was saying about the plants for bio-waste. We have the 4, with the one working in Cerceda and the 3 in Cerdo Berin and Villanova de Orosa, with an investment of 40 million euros. We have achieved 30 from the REAC fund, and the rest will be done using Sogama funds. And the aim is by the end of the year, for all of the infrastructures, all of these 4 composting plants and the 13 transfer plants should be operational. And so the waste, organic waste, can be sent to those plants. Here we have sites for non-hazardous waste in Ariosa. We have 4 reverse osmosis plants with necessary safety elements. They can process 1,000 cubic meters per day, and the area has been planted and is fenced off. So that's 90%, as I said, is sealed off and planted. We also have the domestic side. We have 446 entities, 224 councils, 191 schools, and 31 social groups for domestic composting. And we have distributed 20,000 composters. The industrial data, just to give you an idea. Well, there was one, but I can't see. Well, first of all, it was talking about the arrival of waste from 2008 to 2022. In 2008, we received around 891,000 tons, and we have ended 2022 with 783,000. So we've seen a drop of over 100,000 tons. But the biggest drop was from 2008 to 2013, where we had the crisis, and we could see this big drop in just a few years of around 100,000. If we talk about the classification plant, 2008, 11,000, and 2022 to 31,000, we've seen a drop last year, in the packages in the yellow containers, because we had seen double-digit increases over the previous years, but this year we've seen a 1% drop, and we are noticing an increase of incorrect items due to people not selecting their waste correctly in their homes. And here we have a graph, a chart, where we can see that in 2008, and due to a lack of capacity, 49% of what arrived to landfill, well, it was the waste was sent straight to landfill due to a lack of capacity. And in 2022, we have only sent 0.3% to landfill directly. Here we have the waste arriving at the landfill. In 2008, 438,000. This it takes into account rejected items, and we're in 195,412 in 2022. And now we're standing at 24%. And in 2035, as you know, we should be talking about 15%, and we hope in 2 years' time to reach that 10%. Which is set out for the technical zero landfill target. And we can see the total production of energy in megawatts, which represents 12%. Recovered material in the CMC, we have the different kinds of materials, and we see steel, 13,580 tons, aluminium, 1,555. Sorry, just one moment. The sound, we seem to have lost his microphone. I'm sorry, but we cannot hear the speaker. The volume has suddenly dropped. We'll do our best. I'm sorry, we cannot. I'm sorry. We had visits. We've reactivated this with visits for 78,000 people. And you're very welcome to participate in these visits. It's really worth it. We have given direct talks to over 16,000 people. We also have online courses. We've given over 18 courses online. We finished one last week with secondary and primary school teachers. And we have awareness campaigns or on a frequent basis. Right now, we are designing a roadmap with a strategic plan for 2024-2030. The basic lines or themes for what we want to do over those 4 years are as follows. We have the implementation and creation of a bio-waste infrastructure network. We've had new works carried out. We've been caught by the whole issue with prices, a lack of material, but we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and in December these should be operational. These 17 new installations, which are new or semi-new. If we talk about the management of municipal waste and the obligations that will be in place in 2025 to manage this waste, we are working with New Generation Funds for a Circular Economy project, which looks to maximize the recovery of materials in waste and to reduce landfill, achieving the technical zero landfill, which is set out by Europe. We work to promote technological innovation and digitalization in industrial processes and operations with a real wager for artificial intelligence and automation and robotization. Also, we have decarbonization. We are going to decarbonize and use other means to achieve that goal. That's all. Thank you very much.